into the courtroom via the court TV. We will be on record with the official court reporter. Allow me to introduce you to Esther Delgado, County Court at Law Number 2's official court reporter. All persons in this session, as well as the public, are admonished to not and shall not record these proceedings. All counsel and persons in this session are reminded to exercise proper courtroom decorum and attire at all times. With those who have particularly chosen to appear via Zoom, I just want you to know that I will be operating hybrid, as in that I have people in the courtroom in person, as well as those who have elected to appear via Zoom. With an election, with any permission, that permission can be revoked. And these are the things that will cause you, that could cause revocation of your permission to appear via Zoom. And if I revoke your permission to appear via Zoom, all it means is that you need to come down to the courthouse in person and appear in person. So one, you cannot be in a vehicle. I realize it's a cold, rainy day. So please, if you find yourself in a vehicle, you have two choices and two choices only. It doesn't matter whether it's parked or you're a passenger. It doesn't matter. You cannot be in a vehicle. So the two options you have is get out, find a quiet place to be able to participate. Two, you can drive on down to County Court at Law Number 2 and participate in person. Your name must be displayed. Your name must be displayed, first name and last name, not Julie's iPhone. So if you have your name displayed in such a manner, please change it. How you can do that is renaming yourself. You click on your frame, okay? Click on the frame that you're on, and then you should see these three dots right here. You click on it, and there is an option. Options will appear for you to be able to rename yourself. So make sure you go ahead and do that. If you cannot rename yourself, or you do not know how to use Zoom, you have two choices. Take a Zoom tutorial, plenty of them on YouTube, or come on down to the courthouse and appear in person. Your video must be on. The people in the courtroom have their video on. I can see them. So your video must be on, and you must be in good lighting so that I may see you clearly. And especially when you are addressing the court or the court is addressing you, you must have your video on and be in good lighting so that I can see you clearly. If you are in a vehicle, I will not recognize you when I call your name. If your name is not displayed, I will not recognize you. And if you don't have your video on and in good lighting, I will not recognize you. What does that mean? That means that I will mark you as failure to appear for court. That is an FTA, failure to appear. I will give you an opportunity to cure it, to fix the issue. Get out of the vehicle or come down to appear in person, display your name correctly, rename yourself, or turn on your video. And then at the end of calling the docket, I will ask if there's anyone that I have not recognized for you to speak up at that time so that I can cross out that FTA and mark you as present and recognize you as present in the court, check you in. Place your device on a flat surface and then put yourself in the center of it and then refrain from moving. When you're moving around, you're jiggling around or anything like that, it's very, very distracting, okay? So refrain from moving. Your posture, people in the courtroom are sitting up. And so I expect for those on Zoom to do the same. You need to sit up. The Zoom has a chat feature. You cannot use it without my specific permission. Now, there's only one exception. The deputy, that is BCSO J. Dela Cruz, monitors who comes in and out of the courtroom, as well as who comes in and out of the Zoom. So if you need to go to the bathroom, go get something to drink, then let him know so that he will monitor. If I call somebody, he'll be able to let me know, oh, that person just stepped away, okay? The same thing with folks in the courtroom. Please make sure that you let him know, even if you're stepping out the hallway to call your lawyer or you gotta go to the bathroom, make sure that you check out with the deputy. That's Bexar County Sheriff's Office Deputy J. Dela Cruz. That's how his name is displayed. There's no chewing gum, eating, drinking, vaping, or smoking while you're on Zoom. If you cannot do it in person here in the courtroom, then you can't do it on Zoom. At the end of basically taking care of your matter or disposing of it, however we're going to do it, you need to either leave this courtroom with one or two pieces of paper. One, a dismissal of your case, or a case reset form that tells you when to come back to court. Okay, I'm the only one who can excuse you from the court. So do not leave here without being properly excused. Otherwise, you may subject yourself to a warrant for your arrest. How we will proceed today. I will call the docket. Then I will, after I finish calling the docket, I will ask and see if there's any attorneys that need to confer with the ADAs, the prosecutors in this court. And then I will come back and I will address any individual matters. So allow me to finish calling the docket. It's a short docket, should not take any more time. In fact, these instructions have probably taken a lot longer than the docket will. So allow me to finish calling the docket. First, AD, confer or consult, and then I will address each individual issues. When I call the docket, I start calling the defendant's name. I will call the defendant's name twice. If the attorney responds for you, I still need to hear from you in order to check you in. So if you're in the courtroom, I'll need for you to stand up, remain standing, and I will ask you, is this your attorney? All I need is a yes or no, and then you can sit down. You will respond here or present. So in Zoom, you will unmute yourself, remain unmuted. I will ask you, is this your attorney? You will tell me yes or no, and then you can mute yourself. Please respond again when I call your name, here or present. So make sure you know how to unmute yourself, because I go pretty fast, and if you do not respond, I will move on to the next person and I will mark you as failure to appear. If I mispronounce your name, please correct me. Let me know how to pronounce your name correctly so that I make my best effort to get it right. Sometimes I get all tongue-tied, so please make sure that you correct me. Attorneys, when you're responding, if you're going to respond for your client, please let me know that you are, whether you or not you need to confer with the ADAs. I'll mark up the docket, and so we can get you moved in to speak with the ADAs immediately, or if you need to consult with the court coordinator. Any violations of these instructions are subject to contempt of court. Deputy, it is now 09:19 hours. I am going to start calling the docket. Anybody who comes in late, please make me aware of it. Place them correctly, physically in the courtroom, and then just give me notice of those who check into Zoom late. So again, it is the 21st of November, 3 days, right? To Turkey Day. Happy Thanksgiving in advance. It is Monday, the 21st of November, and I am looking for these following people. Alexis Ochoa, Alexis Renee Ochoa. Mark as failure to appear. Adalberto Lasso. Adalberto Hines Lasso.
Good morning, Your Honor. This is Christian Vega for Mr. Lazo. I haven't been able to reach him, so I'd like to confer with the court coordinator.
Okay, all righty, thank you.
Thank you, Your Honor.
Julie, I appreciate you being here, Mr. Vega, Attorney Vega, and I will address that matter in a minute. Julie Ren Quenes.
Good morning, Judge. This is Attorney Cesar Molina, and she should be present. We're here on an arraignment, and I understand that she has a felony pending, so I'll need to speak with your coordinator about getting that.
Okay, counsel, thank you very much. We will go ahead and speak about that in a minute. Julie Resquenes.
Yeah. I saw her on here just a minute ago.
Alrighty, talk to your client, talk to her because
I'm here.
Alrighty, okay, thank you. Robert Peterson, Robert Charles Peterson.
Here, Your Honor.
Good morning, sir. Is your attorney Eric Hernandez?
Yes, ma'am.
Very good. We'll go ahead and wait for him. Thank you for being here, sir. Jarrett Perkins, Jarrett Russell Perkins.
Present, Your Honor.
Good morning, sir. Is your attorney Joseph Stetson?
That's correct.
Okay, very good. We'll go ahead and wait for him. Thank you for being here, sir.
Thank you.
Alexis Ochoa. Oh, I called her already. Brittany Farrell. Brittany Ann Farrell. Good morning, ma'am. Is your attorney Eric Hernandez? Okay, very good. We'll go ahead and wait for him. Thank you for being here. Okay, is there anyone in the courtroom that has not heard their name? It's only you. Okay. And anyone in the Zoom session that has not heard their name or I have not recognized? Anyone at all? Alrighty, that I told you was quick. That concludes the calling of the docket, and now we shall proceed. Attorneys, who's my conferring ADA?
Good morning, Judge. I'll be conferring.
Thank you very much. Attorney Molina, I need for you to confer with the ADAs regarding this matter. Felony pending adjunct. The 298 is the 2021 case. Okay, please go ahead and discuss it. I need for the ADAs to let me know that they're in conference with the felony prosecutors. Okay, so put you in the breakout room for you to confer with these ADAs if you have not. Go ahead and move. Attorney Vega,
Yes, Your Honor.
are you on the County Court 13 case as well, sir?
I am not, Your Honor. Miss Luna told me by email that he has retained counsel. If she could give me his information, that would give me a better shot at contacting him, because I believe whatever information is in the system is incorrect as far as contact information.
Um, Sir, also his bondsman has submitted an affidavit to get off the bond or bond notice.
Okay, Your Honor.
Did you receive that?
I received that by email, just in that first notice, when I was appointed to the case, but I have not received any documentation, I don't believe, other than that email.
Off bond? Yeah, affidavit of surrender? You received that by email?
No, just the fact that that was taking place.
So how much time do you think that you need in order to be able to this is a 2021 case. It is almost 2 years now.
Yes, Your Honor. I was appointed a month ago and I haven't been able to reach him, but if I can get his retained attorney's contact information, I believe I could reach him within 2 weeks.
That's a 2019 case, sir. And he's also marked as fugitive in that case, just so that you know.
Oh, okay. So I assume that retained attorney is having trouble contacting him as well.
Let me check something for you. He has an active warrant out of that court. So what would you like to do at this time, counsel?
If this court would be inclined to grant a motion to withdraw, I can file that today.
Right, counsel.
At least while the court system tries to get a hold of Mr. Lazo.
Deputy, did you call for him in hallway? Also, just in case. Okay. Council, I'm going to go ahead and sign that affidavit of surety to surrender. So there will be a warrant on this particular case. So if it is executed, please approach me on that warrant, okay? If he's picked up within the next couple of weeks, okay?
All right, Your Honor, thank you. May I be
All
excused?
right. Yes, sir. Thank you so much for being here. Appreciate it.
Thank you, Your Honor.
Good morning, Attorney Hernandez.
Good morning, Your Honor. I've got two people this morning. I'm about to two people from Mr. Harold's store, and I'm gonna step out in the hallway so I can contact Mr. Peterson to go over three people. Since he'll be doing it virtually from the hallway. and
You can use a jury room if you like, sir.
Okay, I'll do that. But let me get the and this person that stuff to Mr. Robert. But those are the two things I have.
Yes, sir. Attorney Molina,
Yes, ma'am.
counsel, you're on the felony?
I'm going to be, yes, Judge. Mhm.
Did this two events occur out of the same incident?
No, ma'am.
Counsel, we have had as of late, you're not on the felonies, so you haven't conferred with the felony attorneys to get an indication of
So, ma'am, I
what
just,
they're going to-
Judge, I just got hurt, so I haven't done anything. I don't have discovery, I don't have anything.
State, was this an at-large?
Yes, Your Honor. Looks like it was an at-large case, sir.
It was an at-large, okay.
Yes, Your Honor.
Counsel, what happened to your client?
You mean, are you referring to what, Judge?
She's not on the Zoom session. Wasn't she on the Zoom session? Julie
She was.
Renquenes.
Yeah, she said it was having trouble buffering and I don't know, I guess it knocked her off. I told her to get back on.
Okay. I'm just waiting for her, counsel, just let you know.
Believe she's on, Judge.
Yes, sir. Yes. Counsel, I'm going to move you and your client in with the court coordinator to get a felony pending reset.
Yes, ma'am.
And you and your client are excused from there.
Good, Judge. Mhm.
Thank you, Judge.
Mr. Ms. Quest, learn how to use, go do a Zoom tutorial and learn how to use Zoom.
Yes, ma'am. Thank you. I'm sorry.
Okay, good. Have a good Thanksgiving.
Okay, thank you. You too.
State, could you pull up cause number 678-657 and also cause number 680-121? Attorney Eric Hernandez is present in the courtroom. He's preparing the paperwork for the 680-121. But I do not have the paperwork on 678, number 4 in the docket, 657. I do not have that paperwork. Can
Judge,
you
it's
see
actually
where
with
it's-
Mr. Hernandez right now.
Okay, that both, okay.
And I don't know what the status of Brittany Farrell's case is. I haven't heard anything from Mr. Hernandez, what he wants to do with it.
Oh. Hmm.
Good morning, Judge Uzamba. While we're
Oh,
waiting for the state to do something, could I announce real quick?
oh, sure. I didn't realize that you were here. Okay, go ahead. You have Perkins. Let me
I
go
do.
grab those files. Let me grab those two files. Okay.
I've always had very good contact with him from day one. He's always prompt. We had applied for pretrial diversion. It took longer than normal because we had to provide a good guy packet to the DA's office. They gave us the contract. He's approved for both cases to enter. He signed it. It was filed November 16th. So he has about a week and a half to report to orientation. So today or Wednesday or next week, once he reports, he'll set up orientation. Both cases should be dismissed soon after that. If we could just have I don't know, maybe a 45-day reset.
I think that's doable. It's already applied and approved. It's got the contract.
Contract signed, already filed last week.
Awesome. So I'm just basically waiting for the dismissal.
Correct. My understanding is it comes about 2 weeks after he does orientation.
Okay. Council, I'm not too sure that, well, we'll just go ahead and reset it just to have a date in case something goes wrong, not continue. It's not completed or something, but sounds like you're taking care of 45 days will work.
Mhm.
I'll put you in and that with the court coordinator for reset, okay?
All right,
Very
and
good.
would you allow Mr. Perkins to return back to work? Could he log off?
Yes, sir.
All right, thank you, Judge.
Have a good Thanksgiving.
You too, Your Honor. Thank you.
JD.
ADA Linhan.
So I think she stepped out momentarily.
Okay, just so you know, Attorney Hernandez is waiting for her in the breakout room.
All right, I'll let her know. Thank you.
All right, it's for Brittany Farrell. Thank you.
Thank you.
You say you arranged for the state to come down? State, are you coming down for the plea on Farrell?
Oh, Your Honor, I think that we intended to stay, in here. Not sure if we need to go down. Oh, one moment. Yes, Your Honor, I think we sent the plea paperwork in order to stay in the office.
Attorney Hernandez, was it your impression that the state was coming down to?
Your Honor, I have no opinion on the matter. I am fine with the state appearing virtually. I will defer to the court, but their presence being here or on Zoom has no impact on how we're going to proceed.
Okay. They have the discovery. Do I have the discovery for the Farrell case?
Your Honor, in both cases, the discovery acknowledgement should be with the plea paperwork. I do recall signing it on each of my pleas this morning. The discovery acknowledgement,
Okay.
it should be included.
I'm just getting it now. Counsel, the personal data sheet, is that the only thing that's missing with Ms. Farrell?
I believe it was done electronically, if not,
It's blank.
we have a paper copy as well that she has filled out.
Okay. Council, if you're ready.
Whenever you're ready.
All right. No, we're doing Peterson first. I need the data sheet, your personal data sheet, if you have it. It's not complete.
Okay. I'll have it completed. Ms. Farrell's gonna complete that.
Okay.
Can you hear me okay?
State, do you have cause number 678-657 pulled up?
Yes, Your Honor.
Okay. Let us get on record. Court is going to call cause number 678-657, State of Texas versus Robert Charles Peterson. Parties, please approach and identify who's before the court, starting with the state.
Victor Hernandez for the state.
Eric Hernandez for the defendant, Robert Charles Peterson.
Are you Robert Charles Peterson?
Yes, ma'am.
Are you the same that's been accused of driving while intoxicated? Second offense alleged to have occurred on the 6th of February 2022, classified as a Class A misdemeanor. Are you the same so accused?
Yes, ma'am.
Please raise your right hand. Do you solemnly swear to tell the truth, the whole truth, and nothing else but the truth under pains and penalties of perjury? So help you God.
Yes, ma'am.
Thank you. You may go ahead and lower your hand. The defense attorney is here in person in the courtroom. We are operating hybrid as the state and the defendant are on Zoom. So the court is going to start sharing the court's docket screen, I'm sorry. Mr. Peterson, can you see the court screen?
Yes, ma'am.
Defense, can you see the court screen?
Yes, Your Honor.
State, can you see the court screen?
Yes, Your Honor.
State, on display is a document entitled State's Consent to Video Conferencing. Did you sign that document? That's consenting to these proceedings by video conferencing?
But no, Assistant District Attorney Ling Han signed it, but the state adopts it.
This state's video conferencing consent is made part of the record. Defense, on display is a document entitled Defendant's Consent to Video Conferencing. Mr. Peterson, is this your signature where I'm circling the cursor?
Yes, ma'am.
Did you sign this document that's consenting to plea by video conferencing?
Yes, ma'am.
Counsel, with your signature on the same document, do you join your client in consenting to these proceedings by video conferencing?
Agreed, Your Honor.
This defendant's video conferencing consent is made part of the record. Counsel, how long have you been representing Mr. Peterson?
Well over 10 days, Your Honor.
Are we applying for probation? And if so, what type?
A regular probation, Your Honor, and we are seeking an application for the same.
Mr. Peterson, under display is a document entitled Application for Deferred, for Judge Ordered Community Supervision Probation. It's a 2-page document, this being the first page, and then this being the second page. I draw your attention to where I'm circling the cursor, right about the middle of the second page. It states that you personally appeared before me, albeit via Zoom, that you are the defendant in this case, and that you have been sworn in. Under oath, Mr. Peterson, you're telling me that your application for judge-ordered community supervision probation and the document entitled Your Personnel Data Sheet which is going to be attached to the application, is true and correct. Is it true and correct, both documents?
Yes, ma'am.
Do you need to speak with your attorney to understand the consequences of your response to this statement? That the defendant understands and acknowledges that any untrue statement in the application or in the exhibit, the personal data sheet, may be grounds for denial or revocation of community supervision in this case. Do you need to speak with your attorney?
No, ma'am.
Do you then understand and acknowledge?
Yes, ma'am.
Understanding that your personal data sheet must be complete in order to be true and correct. Do you understand that, sir?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay. I will sign the document, making it part of the record. That is your personal data sheet and your application are made part of the record. State, have you fulfilled your discovery and Brady requirement in this case?
Yes, Your Honor.
Counsel, are you satisfied that the state has fulfilled its obligation to provide you discovery under Article 39.14 of the Texas Code of Criminal Procedure, as well as giving you full access to the state's files?
I'm satisfied, Your Honor.
State, is this matter subject to law enforcement disclosure? If it is, has that been complied with?
Yes, Your Honor, the state is compliant.
I will sign the discovery acknowledgement, making it part of the record. State, do you have any motions for the court's consideration at this time?
Your Honor, I think for this case, there are no motions from the state.
Defense, do you have any motions for the court's consideration at this time?
None, Your Honor.
Mr. Peterson, on display is a document that's entitled Defendant's Waiver of Constitutional Rights and Course Admonitions. This is a two-page document. This is the first page. And this is the second page. Mr. Peterson, is this your signature where I'm circling the cursor?
Yes, ma'am.
Did you review this document with your attorney?
Yes, ma'am.
After reviewing it with your attorney, did you freely and voluntarily sign it?
Yes, ma'am.
So with your signature here and your testimony, you're telling me that you understand everything in this two-page document as it was reviewed and explained to you by your attorney?
Yes, ma'am.
Are you satisfied with the representation of your attorney?
Yes, ma'am.
He has done very well. He's a very good attorney and great experience. And he has been able to bring this to a resolution for you today, sir. Did they explain to you the range of punishment in this case?
As far as the limits, yes, ma'am.
Okay. And you understood them?
Yes, ma'am.
And did they explain to you your constitutional rights?
Yes.
And you understood those?
What was that, ma'am?
You understood your constitutional rights?
Yes, ma'am.
With that understanding, sir, do you freely and voluntarily give up your constitutional rights?
Yes.
And you're a U.S. citizen?
Yes, ma'am.
I will then accept and approve your jury waiver. I'm going to sign it, and you will no longer be able to have a jury trial in this case. Counsel, do you believe that your client is competent to enter into a plea today?
I do, Your Honor.
With the information, were you able to apprise this defendant of the nature of the offense and charges against him?
I was, Your Honor.
Do you and this defendant waive the formal reading of the information, sir?
We waive.
State, what is your punishment recommendation in this case?
Sir, the state recommends 1 year in jail, probated over 1 year, $600 fine.
Wait a minute, 1 year over 1 year, you said?
Yes, Your Honor.
Go ahead.
Yes, Your Honor. And then a $600 fine with court costs, 48 hours of community service.
How many?
It's 48.
Okay.
And DWI intervention and U impact, TAIP evaluation, the ignition interlock for the full term, and a $60 restitution fee to the Department of Public Safety. And that's all, Your Honor.
Counsel, is that your understanding of the state's punishment recommendation?
It is, Your Honor.
And Mr. Peterson, is that your understanding of what your attorney has worked out with the state in order to resolve this matter for you today?
Yes, ma'am.
With that understanding, how do you wish to plead? Guilty, not guilty, or no contest?
Guilty.
You're pleading guilty because you are guilty and for no other reason than the fact that you are guilty?
Correct.
That's a yes, sir?
Yes.
That's what we got up there, right?
Your Honor, I have no problem with the court amending that as the defendant did plead guilty.
Okay, state, the defendant has pled guilty, and on the defendant's waiver of constitutional rights and course admonishments, and also defense, counselor, do I have your permission to amend that from a no contendere to a guilty? Defense?
Yes, Your Honor.
Okay, and state?
Yes. Yes, Your Honor, you may do that. Yes.
I didn't know what that word meant.
So, I have your permission to go ahead and make that pen and ink change.
Yes, Your Honor.
I'm sorry, Mr. Peterson, did you say something?
Yes, ma'am. I didn't know what that meant. That nolo. I don't understand that part. I didn't know what that meant.
Okay. Do you wish to discuss with your attorney?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay. All righty, we'll go ahead and suspend the record at this time. Counsel, if you'll jump back in there, we'll go ahead and put you guys in the breakout room together.
Sure, Your Honor.
Oh, excuse me. Getting back on record on cause number 678-657. Our mics were muted. So at the time we suspended the record, defense, your client needed to go ahead and ask you a question. Defense, are you ready to proceed?
Defense is ready, Your Honor.
State, you ready to proceed?
Yes, Your Honor.
Okay, and again, my mic was on mute. Counsel, Mr. Peterson, you have your questions answered?
Yes, ma'am.
All right. How are we going to proceed? Was going to proceed with the plea?
Mr. Peterson, did you wish to plead no contest or guilty?
No contest. Now that I understand what that word means, I apologize.
Okay, because I did ask you whether you understood everything in that 2-page document as it was reviewed and explained to you by your attorney, and you said you did understand it.
Yes, ma'am.
Okay. And so you understand it with greater clarity now, sir?
Yes, ma'am.
And
it was
how
explained-
do you-
When it was explained to me, it was explained no contest, not the Latin version that's on the paperwork.
Okay, but I did ask you, how do you wish to plead? Guilty, not guilty, or no contest? So how do you wish to plead, sir?
No contest.
Do you understand that even though you're pleading no contest, I can still find you guilty
Yes, ma'am.
and you still wish to proceed?
Yes, ma'am.
After discussing with your attorney, you're telling me with your new plea of no contest, you're telling this court that you do not wish to fight any of the charges in this case.
Correct.
Is that a yes?
Yes, ma'am.
And after discussing with your attorney, with your plea of no contest, you believe that that's in your best interest.
Yes, ma'am.
Okay, I will accept your plea of no contest. There will be no need to go ahead and make any pen and ink changes to the document as far as what the defendant is pleading. As I will accept your plea of no contest, finding that it's intelligently and freely made and that you are competent to do so. Counsel, what, if anything, do you have on behalf of your client?
Your Honor, on behalf of Mr. Peterson, we have gone through the conditions of this plea bargain. I do believe he'll be successful on probation. He does understand what is at stake, and we would ask the court to honor the agreement between the defense and the state.
Thank you, Counsel. Mr. Peterson, whom do you live with?
My girlfriend,
What is her name?
Carrie Jordan,
Spell Carrie.
Carrie.
Is Jordan spelled in a normal sense or is it differently spelled?
It's normal, Jordan.
Does she have a vehicle?
Yes, she does.
Do you have the vehicle, the ignition interlock on your vehicle at this time, sir?
Yes, ma'am. It's been in there for about a month after I got arrested. I believe it was installed on March 10th.
And sir, please describe for me the year, make, model, a color of the vehicle that the ignition interlock is installed in.
It's a white Ford F-150, 2012.
Okay. It indicates that you are self-employed. What do you do?
I'm a general contractor.
For what?
I do like patio covers, security, like privacy fences, that kind of stuff.
Okay. And is that vehicle that you just described to me the vehicle that you use in your work?
Yes, ma'am.
Are there any other vehicles involved?
No, ma'am.
How many vehicles out of the household?
2.
Sir, how long have you been self-employed?
Going on 2 years now, I think.
Okay. And you filed some taxes?
No, not this last year. Taxes were taken care of through the company.
So you've been self-employed for 2 years and you have not filed taxes, sir?
I did file a tax, but as far as the company taxes are concerned, they were done through my business partner that does all that stuff.
All righty. So how much did you make?
I think I was around 36,000. Not 100% on that amount. I didn't. My girlfriend does my taxes, so I think it was somewhere around there.
You indicated that you have 6 dependents, and who are those people?
3. I have 6 kids total. I only
How old-
claim, ma'am.
How old are they?
My oldest is 22, and then I have everything in between, and then my youngest one's 5. So 22, a 20-year-old, 19, 17, and 16, and 5.
State, what was the BAC in this case?
Sure, it was 0.24.
0.24?
Yes, Your Honor.
What was the previous prior case?
Hold on a moment, Your Honor. Let me see if I can find that here. Here, it looks like the prior case was an offense on the 16th of October, 2012. And that was, it looks like County Court 5.
That was a probation?
Oh, well, one moment, Your Honor. Let me see what happened there. Oh, yes, Your Honor. Looks like it was 14 months probation in that case, if I'm reading this right.
And completed?
Your Honor, I see-
satisfactorily completed?
Well, Your Honor, I see nothing here indicating otherwise. It looks like it, from what I can tell, it looks like it was satisfactory completion.
Counsel, is there any legal reason why this matter, why sentencing cannot be imposed today?
None, Your Honor.
Mr. Peterson, I'm going to find you guilty of DWI second, and I'm going to sentence you to 1 year in Bear County Jail. I am going to suspend that sentence and probate it for 1 year. However, you'll need to come in and start a 30-day sentence in Bear County Jail. 600, you'll be monitored once you are released from jail. You'll be monitored by the Community Supervision and Corrections Department, otherwise known as probation, with these conditions: $600 fine plus court costs plus the $6,000 miscellaneous traffic fee, 48 hours of community service restitution, DWI intervention, uimpact.com, TAP evaluation, and parenting class. You'll have ignition interlock on your vehicle you maintain it for the full term of probation. You have indicated to me that you have it already installed. As well, I have reimbursement of $60 to the Texas Department of Public Safety. I'm going to require 2 affidavits, one from you that you will not drive any vehicle that's not equipped with an ignition interlock, and the second one from Carrie Jordan, whom you've indicated is your living girlfriend and has a vehicle. She will provide an affidavit that she will not allow you to drive her vehicle under any circumstances. I am going to need for her to identify her vehicle by year, make, model, color, license plate number, and the last 6 digits of the vehicle identification number. And I'm going to need these affidavits within 10 calendar days. I'm going to set your supervision fee at $35. I am going to refer you to the DWI court as well. And if any reason that does not work out for you, I will require for you to go ahead and participate in the community sober support meetings 3 times a week with one in person, 1 time a week in person. State, do you have any objections to Mr. Peterson being referred to the Bear County Gives Back program?
No, Your Honor.
I'm going to go ahead and refer you to the Bear County Gives Back program for 40 hours of your community service restitution. Counsel, you're familiar with that program?
I am, Your Honor. I just have some questions about the changes the court has made to this plea agreement. When I may.
Sentence. I don't think there's, I think that concludes it.
May I, Your
The
Honor?
sentence.
Regarding-
Well, hang on, State, did I cover everything for you?
Yes, Your Honor.
Counsel, is there anything further in this matter?
Yes, Your Honor. The agreement between us and the state did not call for the 30 days in Bear County Jail. Is there any way to have those 30 days held in abeyance to see how successful Mr. Peterson has been on probation? He's been with the ignition interlock device installed for about 8 months without any violations to report to the court. I would ask that the court consider holding that in abeyance. If not, I will have to discuss with Mr. Peterson if he wants to withdraw this plea agreement at this time.
There's no
Isn't the
objection.
range,
Oh,
isn't
sorry, Your
that the range of punishment
If he was sentenced, yes, Your Honor.
he is being sentenced? I
You're
find
asking
him
to do
guilty.
30 days to report.
And minimum 30 days.
Yes, Your Honor, but our agreement with the state was 1 year, probated for 1 year. It didn't call for any time in custody. I'm asking the court to consider holding that in abeyance. If not, I would have to discuss with Mr. Peterson if this is something he wants to proceed with.
Okay, I'm going to let you have that discussion and I'll have you guys come back at 1 o'clock. I have an emergency meeting that I'm
Okay.
already late to, okay?
Here's the data sheet for Ms. Farrell.
Alrighty, the court will be, we're suspending the record on this matter. The counsel needs to discuss with his client and we are going to come back at, I think that this meeting should be over by 1 o'clock. Give me till 1:15, okay?
Very well, Your Honor. Are you requiring Ms. Farrell to report in person or can she do her plea at 1 o'clock by Zoom?
She needs to be here by
Very
person.
well. May I connect by Zoom? Just because I have some obligations of my own. Thank you, Judge. We're dismissed.
Oh, I'm sorry, Judge, did you say return at 1 o'clock?
Yes,
Oh, thank you, Your Honor.